and they've only maybe played a handful of maps since Dennis joined. And then on top of all that, Ships also seems to be a new addition that they weren't playing with prior, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like, what is it, HS that normally plays for this team? The Estonian player, I think is where he's from. He doesn't seem to be on today, so I'm not sure if he got removed from the team. I haven't been keeping up with the news on Gamer Legion, if I'm 100% honest with you. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Then, of course, we have Mousesports, who we just saw a little bit earlier on deal with that Fate team in the upper bracket pretty easily. This is the upper bracket semifinals now. So winner of this gets on to that upper bracket finals, gets that much closer to Malmö. Obviously, Mousesports comes into this.
Well, they picked up the first round, and we saw Voxic go for a scout on Dust 2 and also Inferno, but he's going to go for it again on Mirage. So is Chris J. Chris J at one point was one of those players with the scout that seemed like he's one of the best in the world. Frozen, though. Desert Eagle alongside the flash of Voxic. Going to chip in for the first kill. This is putting the pressure on. Carrigan now. Drive by Deagle. Forcing Gamer Legion to retreat back to the ramp again. They're not getting too much in form of real estate. Kill from Ships, though. Definitely going to put this back on the table. But tagged on the cross. This is putting them even more in that range of the Desert Eagle. One shot anywhere on either Scream or Dennis will yield them dead. In the meanwhile, 20 seconds left, Dust. I mean, this is looking like it could be slipping away from Gamer Legion. Big kill, but there's Carrigan. And now it's down to Scream. Coming out of Palace, goes down to the hands of Voxic. It's not going to be the end of the world for Mousesports, because they still have Carrigan, who's in pretty healthy shape on the site, plus Frozen. Going to take away some of the pressure that we're starting to build up on mid.
Problem is that B is really vulnerable. Kerrigan's kind of playing off of Catwalk to support Frozen and keep control of middle. In the meantime, he's got to worry about his backside, which is going to be the apartment. But he gets his kill, finds the AWP, almost tees off on Hampus, but Hampus does the damage, forces Kerrigan back, which means the B bomb site will be planted at, and now Mousesports need to just work together on a retake. They have good utility, they have plenty of kits, they have a man advantage, so this definitely is workable.
Yeah, it definitely is, but you feel like they need to get the first kill. If they don't, maybe it's time to pull the plug and get out of there. They'll be flashing up, though, from Voxic, and even though he's got a scout, we know how deadly he is with this gun. Carrigan, in the meanwhile, if you go back a long way, was a main AWPer, but Hampus equal to the task. Damage being inflicted. Hampus has got 2. Molotov kill onto Nork. Hampus with a 3rd. He is holding the line. He is doing so much work for Gamer Legion. May have single-handedly rescued this round that was looking like it was really up for grabs. And Voxic in the meanwhile is going to be able to get away.
And it'd be really, really hard to deal with. That's what Chips is trying to do here. Does find that entry on the Voxic as well. Nice little response from Chris J, though, to even it back up.
You just know that Voxic's tilted off that. He's like, why is he there? Especially once the smoke is cleared and you're so vulnerable to exactly what Chris J did. Just peek around the side and get the free kill. But it's those kind of unorthodox plays that can really catch you off guard. However, now that Ships has been seen doing it once, I wouldn't be surprised if Mousesports try and counteract that in the next few rounds. Frozen, though, aggression in Palace. Not an angle you can typically check at Hampus. You can see he had no idea, had no hope of getting that done. Drops with the AWP. Not something you see every day. At the back of CT, and maybe that's why, as Nork is going to deal with him convincingly. And Gamer Legion, although they're a player behind, they are taking very aggressive positions on the site. Nork going for the plant with 23 seconds remaining. Didn't need to rush that. And that could have just cost them the round. Scream 1-on-3 with an AK-47. Oh dear.
Sports have a lot of mid presence in their own right, though, so they're going to be very quick to rotate to this. So Gamer Legion really need to find those quick entries, otherwise they're going to be in for a really, really rough ride.
So many grenades deployed on both sides. Extinguished Molotovs, flashes, smokes. The kitchen sink's been thrown in, and as a result, though, Gamer Legion haven't really pressed too far. Now they're starting to make a move of those 2 MAC-10s. They only have 1 smoke and flash remaining. They'll be smoking onto the site, but there's Voxic. A small gap opened up, and he made the most of it. Kills going in direction of the CTs. Bomb still sprawled out into the open. Gonna be picked up, gonna try and force the plant down again, but no one is covering Hampus. Scream and Ships on 2 different planets. So 3 AWPs on the battlefield. Nork does have his.
What's this? What is this from Kerrigan? Oh, he's been found out. Oh no, that had so much potential on it.
Yeah. It's not necessarily an angle that many people check either. It's a really cheeky sort of like one and done position, but he got found.
And that was the end of it after that too. I mean, Ships is just kind of slammed through everything here, already into the back of CT spawn. Just Rops left, who had control of Palace, but That's not going to do him a whole hell lot of good when he's all on his own. He's been found out by Scream. So flawless victory from Gamer Legion. Well,
to draw away fire and
distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that peek from Voxic. This is why I love watching this guy. He's so aggressive. It did work against him on Inferno earlier today, but so far, so good. Chris J. Slight gap in the smoke, or at least playing on the right side of it. Flashbang in his eyes. He's going to come back out again and try and white peek Dennis. No, Dennis to get the veteran. There's a solid flashbang as well. Could be more. His attention turned to connector. Voxic still in underpass. How is he not dead yet? Finally goes down. Jesus, I thought he was going to spin around for another kill. It would have been absolute madness. And now Hampus is the last man standing. He's going to go back and retrieve the bomb. There's still plenty of time left. And if Mousesports split away from each other, this is doable.
Yeah, but it looks like we are going to see Kerrigan pushing up on the bomb carrier right now. This is going to be Hampus, and Rops is there for support, so they might even be able to trade if worse comes to worse, but it's not going to be needed. Kerrigan finds it, and that is where the bomb is gathering up, but Kerrigan has made his rotation back over in that direction to assist Chris J, who does have that second op in position at the site. So it's just going to come down to Kerrigan and Chris J. Can they hold off these remaining players that are going to be pushing through the apartments?
Chris J, in this identical position, has done so much work for Mousesports, but he's about to get overwhelmed. He needs someone to come in through the kitchen. Does flick across for that second kill, which is pretty massive, all things considered. Frozen's being aggressed on from the backside, but he just peeks out by himself, raw, and gets cooked up by Nork. And now Rops, underpass his location. It may be a sanctuary as well if he decides to pull a plug and not go for this retake. Does have an AK, which is a huge get for the CTs. Very unlikely he can get this clutch going. Plus, when you look at the economy of Frozen, Chris J, and Voxic, doesn't really make for great reading, so they actually need to hold on to this AK.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to give a lot of credit to Chris J for finding 2 kills with Kerrigan going down so fast, and, you know, him just really being isolated on an island there. It's a lot. I think if he's able to pull off a play onto Hampus, take control of Palace for himself, and kind of anchor that, it could still be really hard on Gamer Legion to make the split. And Kerrigan's actually cut off middle. So this is actually going kind of either way at this point.
Big kill from Hampus. He has the right idea in Shadow as well. He's going to be tossing in that Molotov. Meanwhile, Dennis is coming out swinging. Molotov not going to spread to Rob, so he can stay in position. Scream has to face him. He does have the bomb. This is potentially a huge kill, and Scream's not even looking in Shadow. Maybe baited out by the Molotov, assuming it was clear. But don't make any assumptions in Counter-Strike. Fortunately, though, Hampus is there to lend a helping hand, but it's a one-on-one. Voxic against Hampus doesn't have his trademarked AWP. Instead, with the M4, can he manage to rummage this together with the assault rifle? Flash over, not going to affect Voxic at all, just stalls him a little bit, allows Hampus to get back onto the firebox. Voxic has no grenades to play with, also no kit. There is a flashbang to his right-hand side on the corpse of his teammate, which he's about to pick up, and may go for the flashbang or just jump up and get the free kill onto Hampus. It stood to reason with his positioning. The only place he could realistically be is either on default or firebox. Very well played by Voxic.
Kerrigan has 1 smoke and 1 flash he might use to smoke off stairs or jungle or CT, then a pop flash for everyone to push in with. So let's see what duels they can come up with. Ooh, that's a weird boost.
That boost is filth. That's not an angle you typically get headshot from Dennis's perspective, but because of the boost, Rops just instantly lasered him out of the round. At least Gamer Legion did get 1 kill beforehand, and now Ships the back of the site. He said, let's see what this guy has in store. There's the answer. 2 kills and a third. The bomb's gone down as well. Ships, 4K in the round, just takes it away from Mousesports.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Ooh. Rip.
Hello.
Well, the hero of the last round has been silenced. Carrigan. He's the giant killer. Carrigan. All right. Leading by example. The veteran. That is brutal for Gamer Legion. They're going to have to split up so much. Scream now is
Are they going to do it again,
alone.
Vince? They've won so many second rounds on these forces, man. It's been uncanny how often I've seen it happen, and it might happen here again.
Carrigan's like, watch this, boys. I'm going in. I'm getting another one. It wasn't a one-tap, but it still got the job done. 3 kills to his name. B-site's taken. Gamer Legion may have half a mind to save. Yeah, I do wonder if maybe they should try and shift it up in the next few rounds. Because, I mean, Chris J, just a free one-tap. There's another one. No one has short control. No one has mid control at all. Maybe it's time to just switch it up here, Gamer Legion. You're dying a slow, painful death. At least try and take the
There's no way
initiative.
Chris J should be allowed to just walk up cat like that and get a free one tap. It didn't even sound like they were aware they were going to be up cat. Like, you have to have some presence in middle or connector, or you have to be playing aggressive catwalk, or do all three. That's what a lot of teams do. You have, like, kind of a crossfire type of connector. And
He's going to be called upon. Good flick across, was flashbanged. Tries the other way. He knows there's a potential of multiple grenades landing on him. And seeing as he has no smoke, especially Molotov's going to cause him a great deal of damage. That peek from Dennis. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief.
he had no idea Chris J was up that close. Chris J got up so fast. I think Ships thought that he had kind of prevented the A-ramp push-up. But once he got pushed off by some damage, it was open for the taking. Voxic has control of window. Again, it's just that rapid pace that Mousesports can bring. It's also the role flexibility. You have a guy like Chris J who kind of is resorted to the edges of the map nowadays because Frozen and Kerrigan are typically kind of the entry combo. But depending on the spawns and depending on what Mousesports wants to do, Chris J can be an entry rifler. He's done it lots of times in the past, and he definitely came up big that round. And here comes that pacing change. Just a quick B take.
Yeah, it's pacing change from Mousesports. It's not from Gamer Legion. Scream. There we go. Headshots coming in. Finally, he's awoken from his slumber. Is it too little too late, though? Gamer Legion do have the advantage in terms of players, but here come Rops and Voxic. Both in fine form. Bomb's been dropped out. Because of how quick that rush was, though, there's still a minute and 20 to play with. They don't have to rush into anything now. Chips has been spotted by Rops, as has Dennis, but the FAMAS will triumph over the AK-47. Voxic going to try and make this as punishing as possible. They don't necessarily need to win the round to win the match here. If they can get the economy down low enough for Gamer Legion, it's going to hurt them going forward, but Ships with a solid M4 headshot.
Obviously, they're hoping it doesn't come to that, given the lead that they have.
Cheeky, but very nicely done by Ships. Rops had no idea what was up against him.
That's tough if you're Mousesports. You've already lost one side of the map. Kerrigan trying to take it back on the connector. No one aware of this. Kerrigan just gets these two for free. How does this keep happening? It's a Gamer Legion. It was Chris J up cat a few rounds ago. Now it's Kerrigan sneaking through.
But the ebb and flow has gone back in favor of Gamer Legion. Hampus changing his angles. Well played with the FAMAS. As you say, not a commitment with the bomb drop where it currently is, but with Voxic's kill, maybe this will turn into a commitment. Scream needs to be landing those shots, needs to be doing better from this position. Does come back in with one. Going to be shimmying across. It's Chris J that's fending off against it. Oh, the timing nearly working against Scream, but he holds the line one kill longer. But they've invested quite a lot of their attention over on the B side, and now Mousesports making a move with the bomb back in T-spawn through Rops towards A.
And Kerrigan already has control of jungle as well. Again, coming up through connector. Frozen still patrolling middle from the catwalk area. So they have mid presence. They have Kerrigan in jungle. Frozen's found the pick onto Dennis, which is the solo A defender. Bomb comes in. Rops can plant. And this is over. Frozen's found Scream as well. And it's all on Ships with the AWP.
1-on-3 for Ships. Bomb planted. If he landed that shot, it would have been something truly into a different level, and Gamer Legion couldn't keep up. Dennis going to be called upon. Interesting, Chris J was actually looking to his right-hand side, and Dennis with two. This is more like it. They did have Ships that was the hero on the CT side of Mirage on the pistol. And now Scream going to try and fend off the aggressors onto the B side. He's not going to be able to do so, but they do have a fast rotation. It chips in, flick across to Rops, not able to stop the bomb plant, but the round surely going the way of Gamer Legion. Frozen might have a few things to say about it, but he has been squashed, or maybe not. That's a hell of a flick to Hampus.
Yeah, just kind of keeping spread out. Voxic maintaining presence over towards Ivy. Frozen taking his SIG as the main entry player through T-Con. Kerrigan dancing around the smoke of ladder room, so just trying to get their crosshairs focused on all angles towards outer. Nice little one deke there from Kerrigan. Follows it with another onto Knock as well. That's some nasty work there from Kerrigan. But Scream, this quick flank could be devastating.
Yeah, this could be the make or break moment. Kerrigan is watching it, but remember, he has no Kevlar, so he's kept out the Deagle as opposed to the MP9 that he picked up. Flashbang out. Scream going to try his very best to make something happen. Was there a Deagle down there? Decides not to even bother trying, and Frozen pretty interesting as well. With Karrigan dying, they did have the option of maybe Voxic picking up an AWP and dropping an AK to him, but they're going to be going for a very aggressive play instead. There's a declaration of intent. We don't want the AWP because we're going to take the fight to the CTs, but be careful what you wish for. The hunters become the hunted. They're just being smacked down left and right. Last player left is Karrigan. He has been playing very well today, and there's another one. Is he really going to pull this back? HP advantage firmly in favor of Scream. The bomb also in an awkward position, but so much time to play with.
Karrigan's played this out as best as he could have.
Yeah, he's played this solo. He's got a Molotov too. Obviously has no chance of knowing where Scream is. Scream could have moved into so many different angles. There's the Molotov though. Scream has to move out. Karrigan. Oh, he's going to get headshot down. Only have 1 smoke and 2 flashes to play with to the CTs. Scream going to take the initiative. Push with the M4A1S. Going to get the kill. And not really taking too much damage as Hampus goes in with the SG. Karrigan now going to show his hand, but it's only good for the 1 kill. But there is Voxic with the AWP. Finally has it in his hands and is going to make it work. SG wielding Chris J alongside him for some company. Little bit off on the ships. Information gathered, 25 seconds. It stands to reason. Game of Legion. No, this is probably going to be an A hit, but they both peak at the same time.
Fire and a smoke is in their face, but it's going to fade here quickly. And Karrigan is going to find that entry.
Solid entry alongside Chris J. Now, Nork's going to have to show his hand, but it's really going to be so hard for him to do a great deal more. 2 kills is more than he really should have got from that position. Scream does connect a shot through the smoke. So that keeps Mousesports honest in the 2-on-1. They also have no nades planted down on connector. This could be it. This could be the moment. Scream could actually clutch this. The timing, everything is going in his favor. They were completely biting down on him still being an Ivy, but Frozen is going to save the day.
Yeah, Naw kind of playing back halls and towards inner with his AWP. Ships taking his towards outer. Karrigan sneaking through a smoke here on the sidewalk in inner. Could be a huge, huge problem. Knock, though, able to survive it and fade back, and now they know where Karrigan is. Rops gets a kill, though, so there's still a chance for Mousesports.
Yeah, Karrigan is just holding position. He knows that his position is very, very powerful in terms of scouting information. It's huge. Even if he dies, he's got so much in for the rest of his team. Now, however, there's going to be more of an issue because he didn't manage to take anyone with him. So it's leaving his teammates in a 2-on-4. They don't have a Molotov either, the God Molly, that you can bounce off the wall onto the B site. So they are really up against it here. Something truly special is going to have to happen. Rops is boosted up. Just looking at the train, see if we can get a cheeky kill before the inevitable happens with the defuse. And I think they've already half-minded of just piecing out. Like, why even throw these AKs away? Yeah, they're just giving it up.
Having 3 in the inner halls now.
Walk is still positioned at the back of the site, plus time is starting to dwindle away. Oh, the Molotov actually extends to him. It's unfortunate. He's actually going to need to pull away as a result of that. Plus the kill that Karrigan just got lurking on A is going to draw away a couple more players. It puts more pressure on Scream. He nearly spins around and claims a double. Frozen so nearly put down, but still connects with the SG. But the wraparound frag could be the difference maker. It was Dennis that came in with his M4 down ramp. Meanwhile, there's a skirmish up close, and it's going to be a no-scope from Hampus up close with that. This is very reminiscent to the first half of Mirage. Obviously, when they're on the T side, but they looked dead and buried. It was like 7-2 or 8-2. And then they came back, made a real go of it. Ended up slipping away from the Dennis with a flashbang in. Solid work. With a second, could be looking for a third and gets it done. A flashbang accompanied by Hampus. Exquisite play from Game of Legion. That's the kind of aggression we were talking about.
For Voxic this time around, and they're going to go back to what might be a fast outer play, that they are being held up just a bit, but one has snuck by. That's going to be Frozen. He's able to get behind on Knock.
Oh, crisp headshot, looking for more, gets more. Dennis, who is low, has been finished off, and Hampus takes a few stray bullets through the smoke. Frozen's not done just yet. He's on for the ace. 4 kills to his name. The hero plays. Going to yield the round, surely. Hampus can't get any kills to his name. Looking to boost down here. Is Dennis going to be up to the task? No. He gets put in his place. Karrigan just down to 4 HP, but that opening pick is everything for Mousesports. Going to split the CTs thinly. 2 players actually rotating around the CT stairs, but Scream going to hold on. Rops peaks before the rest of his team. There's no chance to avenge him. HP certainly favoring Game of Legion for the time being, but actually going to start to switch back around. Karrigan's made a move in connector. It's such a chaotic round. The Game of Legion have a good call on this. They have a good read on what's happening. No, Scream. Not with his primary out. Certainly not anticipating Carrigan's positioning. And Frozen saved by the jump. He has his kneecaps blown off, but he's still alive just about. This plant is so risky. He's not going to go for the... No, he's not going to go for the peak. He just stays in position. There was enough time that he had to fear the potential it was a fake. And now he goes in for one. It's down to Frozen, 2-on-1. First kill goes his way. Has no idea where Hampus is residing in Connector.
Against another top 10 team, probably not. But once you start getting into this area, yeah. I mean, they can be so dangerous in those second rounds with the amount of skill they have.
Well, first kill going the way of Game of Legion. They're not checking the right-hand side. It's... Oh, no! Frozen! They didn't check him. I think he was waiting to see how many players passed before he showed his hand, but he's just completely whiffed it. And now Carrigan has to try and stand tall and deliver some headshots. And he's doing a solid job of keeping them at bay. Now Rops is going to chip in from box halls. Again, it's chaotic. Again, the whole 9 yards has been placed into position. But Game of Legion starting to fall behind in terms of HP and also players. Bomb's been planted. Ships connects onto Rops' head. 2-on-2 now. The advantage swiftly goes in favor of Game of Legion, but here's Carrigan. He's going to get the drop on Ships, almost guaranteed to get this frag. Is he going to try and look for a second play? No! He waits too long!
Yep. Molly out. Look at Hampus, though. He's already snuck well into outer. Mousesports have no idea. Able to get the kill into the back of Carrigan, not finding Frozen. So the outer defense is folding. It's all on Chris J, really, as the rotation starts to set in.
The two AWPers both trying to use the gun at range where it's at its most proficient, but they're not really being afforded the opportunities. Game of Legion hugging the walls, making sure they can try and get this plant down momentarily. And Ships traverses across through the smoke for the plants. And Mousesports, well, they're on the other side of the map. They're going to try and save.
Absolutely. So we're going to see Game of Legion setting up for some type of play towards outer. But Frozen and Carrigan have aggressive positions towards the inner side and T-connector. There's already 3 players on the inner bomb side itself. A lineup from Chris J is going to help things along, certainly. Well done, though the response from Ships and Knock isn't too shabby.
I am amazed they got that bomb planted. When all the action kicked off, there's about 15 seconds left, which is one of the reasons Chris J got the lineup, because they were desperately trying to sprint their way onto the site. But here comes the rotation, the flank from Frozen. That flashbang is good, but there's a counter flash in as well. Nork, 1-on-3. He's already picked up 2 in this round. Going to have to go 2 better and double up. His position's going to be tenuous up close with the AWP. And there's Carrigan to deliver death from above. Mousesports finally get themselves back on the board.
Yeah, it's really well done to be able to stay alive, given the fact that he's just kind of bleeding out over there. Gets that frag. Now Scream is probably looking to push into the outer bomb site. Frozen gets caught by E-Box. Ships as well found a kill. So that means outer bomb site essentially has folded. Mom will get planted. Only Rops and Voxic left. They're both towards inner bomb site. You have to imagine, given the economy, they're just going to be looking to save these 2 weapons. Utility fades. They get that AWP back out there to try to find something, but it's only going to find the barrel of Voxic, who finds another headshot with his AWP. Frozen pitching in as well. They are just mopping this up. Game of Legion looks so disjointed in this round after they lost that first player.
It's another take from Mousesports as well. They're really utilizing the verticality of the trains. Very well done. Game of Legion, gonna hope that Ships can start to play some players to rest, but it's only gonna be Carrigan that meets his demise. Not paying off right now. Hampus is starting to make a move outside. He's scouting information, but he's been spotted. Chris J slots him down. 30 seconds to go. Game of Legion have got to make a decision and run with it, and it seems like A site is the poison they choose.
Yeah, they're still all spread out right now. They haven't committed to anything yet. Chip's trying to come late. Ivy. Now Scream finally coming over through inner halls, but it's too late. Chris J is teeing off with AWP. He's found 2 kills by himself, solo holding the A side. And he might even find more as he's still hovering around that bomb train. As the bomb comes in, he finds it right away. Chris J, the hero that Mousesports needed.
Yeah, but, I mean, I definitely think that's a fair statement. I mean, Game of Legion seem like they're a little bit out of sorts now that Mousesports are mounting a real defense, but as I say that, of course, Hampus and Nork get 2 kills, and it just opens this round completely ripped open. Voxic has the right idea. The bomb carrier plus 1 more player moving over onto B. That's his flick, but it actually misses. That could have been everything for Mousesports. If that connected, it would have been a 2-on-2. As it stands, it's Rops versus the world. He has no idea where the other two players are. All he knows is one player's up close. And Scream is going to make a move. Oh, he actually hasn't checked behind the spool. That's going to cost him his life. There is another flank in play, though. It's Hampus coming round the back of Rops, who's going to be there very shortly. If Rops doesn't move, he's a dead man to the AWP. He has just turned around, though. Did he see Hampus?
Something happened there. I mean, the round's obviously gone, but he may be able to stay alive with this AUG and might even be able to find this AWP over towards the CT spawn.
And especially in this round, Dennis finds himself an entry. Some spray from Carrigan. Or controlled burst, I guess, in that case, will yield the end of Dennis's life. But has the damage already been inflicted? Chris J going to try and push through. It's a similar play to what we saw Dennis do previously. Scream going to get the upper hand. Bitterly disappointed that's the case, but now Voxic's making a move back to the site. And it's going to be a freebie onto Carrigan, or is it? How is Carrigan not dead? Hampus has got to get that kill. Fortunately, Nork is there to clean up the rest and perform janitorial duties. But Rops and Voxic, 2-on-4, are going to go for the save. Mousesports are going to be 15-12 behind, needing to pick up 3 rounds back-to-back to take us to overtime. Who would have thought it?
Kerrigan also picking up the second AWP, so it's a little bit different. And Frozen, though, already been down. Hampus had the better spawn for the T-con push, so he goes for it.
You don't have the luxury of all 5 players.
Yeah. But a good rotation here from Mousesports as Voxic has already made his way over the WP. Rops still on the side as well with the AUG able to find a frag. So they actually do have a shot here. It's a 3-on-3. Incendiary might stop the bomb plant. No, not quite.
Too deep. Does a bit of damage after the plant, but it's not enough to stop it. Hampus going to get caught, but still spins around and takes down Chris J. What a moment in the round that could end up being, but it's all Hampus now. Utility count is a flashbang on either side. Hampus going to try and take the initiative, but Carrigan's a step ahead of him. Mousesports live just about. He's really playing with his food. 18 seconds. We've seen Gamer Legion lose by indecision before. You've got to make a decision and go for it. And they're now pushing the green button. They're now going in, but Rops is there to deal with them. Nork lands a solid shot onto Rops, and he's going to have enough time to get this bomb planted. But this is where the flanker really comes in. Through the ramp side, he's been found by Frozen, and Mousesports with yet another defuse. That's what they're doing. They're playing to their arsenal of weaponry compositions, bonuses and positives, but Chris J, M4, closes it down. And how quickly the momentum of this game has shifted into favor of Mousesports. Overtime looking like a very distinct possibility. North gets caught out, UMB sprays, gonna get him another one. 3 more players to find and frag. It's gonna have to be an ace, it's gonna have to be a clutch. All the accolades gonna have to be going the way of Nork if they're gonna win this round outright. Does have an M4 next to him as well. Picks that up, being tagged up from range, but lands the shot down to 2 HP, though he will fall. And Frozen is gonna take us to overtime.
Chris also found one being aggressive over towards T-Con, so Mousesports do have the edge going into this mid-round.
Oh, the SG is so powerful on the CT side, and Frozen's got himself one. We saw how good he was earlier on Mirage and Inferno. Voxic with 2. Pushing him 1 by 1. It does seem like Gamer Legion have really ran out of steam here. They're looking so very good. Got a question, psychologically and mentality-wise, how much has it affected them, knowing that they were so close to just outright winning this? And it's going to be nearly a clean sweep. It's only Rops that dies after his very aggressive push through on the box halls. As is this round. I mean, this would be the first round Gamer Legion have had in 4. And most of those were high-pressure situations. They'll feel like a relief if they can convert from here. But if Carrigan can hold the line, it's 2 kills. Both the AWPs have come in. The Molotov, though, underneath Carrigan's legs means he's going to get burnt out into the open and finished off by Scream. P250 for Voxic gets traded out instantly. And Frozen is cursing this smoke, but still spams through. Onto Dennis. That's the bomb down. And now Ships is going to try and clutch. He's had a rough train. This would be a solid moment to try and clutch out and give himself a bit more confidence. He's got 30 seconds. Is he really thinking about rotating to B site? Does he even have time for this?
He does, but eventually Frozen's going to realize what's going on and be able to position himself appropriately. I mean, he's clearing out the entirety of the outer bomb site now. He doesn't see ships anywhere. So he should know what he's up against. And he might even get the flank off on ships, who will have really no time to think about the flank because he's got to plant this bomb right away. So all in all, Frozen has played this out as best as he can. He should be winning it unless ships just happens to get the read on this lower ramp flank. That's not going to be the case, is it? Well played, bro. One of these T-side rounds. Yeah. That ain't it, though.
Oh, that spray
Definitely
through the
it.
box. Oh, dear. Gets absolutely smashed. Chris J's gone down. They at least know one player's in main has been dealt with now. Now Voxic is looking for more, but Scream is backing away to T-spawn.
Close to rotating as well, so Scream really a lot of weight on his shoulders.
He is the last line of defense, and he's crumbled. He's been demolished. Frozen with his SG punctures into the site. There's 30 seconds left, but doesn't matter. The bomb's been planted now. And Game Elite Legion have got to go for it. It's do or die, sink or swim. If they want to make it to Malmö, this clutch has to become a reality. Nork, try as he may, still trails behind by one player alongside Dennis. The SG now perched up at the back of the site. Frozen, not far away from landing some shots. And now Dennis could have just run straight into him. And it's Frozen who finishes off the round.
J'ai baissé la vitre, rassuré la mif, j'ai changé de vie. Y'a rien qui est acquis, des fois t'es l'abîme, tu perds c'est la vie. Les caméras filment, mais j'ai pas envie de dévoiler ma vie. J'ai changé d'avis pour changer l'avenir, des années à vivre.